Hello, welcome to Hope Ready, a series designed for new students to help you become better acquainted with Hope College. I'm your host, Dr. Ellen. Today, I'm meeting with Bill Russner, who is Clinical Coordinator at our Counseling and Psychological Services Office. Welcome, Bill.
Hi, Ellen. Thank you so much for having me with you.
Yes.
Love to talk with you about CAPS and what we do.
Great. Can you start, Bill, just by giving us an overview of what services students can find in your office?
Sure. We provide mental health counseling for all enrolled degree-seeking students. There's no extra charge for using our services. We don't have any session limits, so students can come in as often as they like. And we use a same-day scheduling model. So literally, a student could call every day of the week and get an appointment. So there should be no concerns about waiting to come in for an appointment. Those initial appointments are 30 minutes. And during that time, we'll kind of assess what the student is looking for. And from that point, sort of decide what direction we need to go, whether that's just 1 or 2 sessions to help them with a little blip that's going on in life, or if they're dealing with some more difficult things and we think it would be best to do more ongoing counseling, we can see a student for an entire semester, an entire school year. We've seen students for pretty much the whole time they're at Hope. So it's nice to have that flexibility with the services that we offer. So we do individual counseling. We also offer different types of group experiences. So we have like psychoeducational workshops that can help students learn how to deal with anxiety or depression symptoms. We have more skills-based groups that like acceptance and commitment therapy that teach them skills to sort of deal with anxiety and learn some mindfulness strategies. Some process groups, which are really like, I think when people think about group therapy, that's kind of what it is. It's where people get together and they work together the entire semester. They come in every week at the same time. And it's a chance for students to kind of share what's on their mind and then get and give feedback to each other about that. So that can be a really meaningful, powerful experience to work with students for that long. We also do ADHD testing for students who are in need of that and can't afford to get it done off campus. So that's something students have to be screened to see if they would qualify for having it done here. Yeah. We do consultation with students and parents. We often talk with parents. We do lots of outreach across campus, psychoeducational things, presentations in residential housing units, things like that.
It's awesome. And maybe you said this, but I'll say it again. Your services are free to Hope students and confidential, right? So
yes, I didn't mention the confidential.
Yeah.
Yes, which means anything that's said in a session stays in the session. It's confidential, even from parents. That can be a new one for students to deal with because up until this point, parents have had a right to hear what they're saying. And it's good for parents to hear this too, that if your student's 18, counseling is confidential.
Yep.
And if you did want to talk with us or get information from us, that would have to be okayed by the student by filling out a form and signing it, giving us permission to do that. There are some exceptions to confidentiality, though, if we're concerned about student safety, like maybe they're going to having some thoughts about hurting themselves or hurting somebody else, then we're required by law actually to reach out and do something to make sure everyone stays safe.
Great. Yeah. For new students, when they arrive on campus, how can they get in touch with your office or where can they find your office on the campus?
Sure. We are on the top floor of the Bultman Center, so kind of above the Kletz. We're the only thing up here. So if you come up as high as you can go in the Bultman Center, there we will be. You can schedule appointments by either stopping in the office or by giving us a call. We don't do online scheduling. There are too many complications involved in that. So stopping in or giving us a call is the way to schedule.
Great. And Bill, do you have any words of wisdom, bits of advice for our incoming students or their parents who are about to embark on this whole new experience?
Yes. Throw yourself, this is for students, I guess, throw yourself into this. It can be scary. It can be a lot of newness. And sometimes some of us, I was this way, we react by withdrawing and sort of trying to protect ourselves. And that feels safe in the moment. But if you don't engage fully with everything that you have going on here, it ends up with isolation and unhappiness and maybe depression and anxiety getting worse. So I
Yeah.
really encourage students, even if it's not in your nature, to jump into new things, to get out there and do something, right? It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be being super extroverted. It can be like, okay, I'm going to try one group on campus and see how that goes. Or I'm going to go to CAPS, and even though I'm doing okay, I'm going to check in with someone so I know what that place is like. So it's not so scary if I have to go later. So I just really encourage students to engage. It's really important. For parents, I would say be concerned, not concerned, but interested in and involved in your students' college life, but not too interested and not too involved.
Yeah.
Right? This is their chance to become an adult. So it's good to check in, but they need their space. And even if they're asking for that, sometimes the hardest thing is to say, you know what, let's not talk every day. Why
Yeah.
don't we'll talk a couple times a week. You need to get engaged and connect with your life there. So I think parents, that can be hard. I've done it. It's tough, but it's also for your students' best interest to just kind of give them some space.
Yeah, it seems like the one goal that we all have, right, is we want our students, these emerging adults, to actually emerge into adulthood. And parents have a role in that, students have a role in that, we have a role in that. And if we all do our part, we're going to help them be successful. That's cool.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Bill, thanks so much for joining me today. And to all of our viewers, we hope that this has given you a little bit of an insight into what Counseling and Psychological Services, CAPS, at Hope is all about. We hope that we all together can be hope ready this year.